here in Limerick. And here is a picture of my little man here. This is Stephen. Sometimes Stephen finds it difficult to cope with going to new places, everyday places like going to the supermarket or going to the dentist. I found that visuals, pictures, were very helpful for preparing for those outings. And since he was a small baby, Stephen has loved books. Books have always provided a special communication time for us. So with these two things in mind, Stephen's love of books and his reaction to visuals, I began looking for some clear, uncluttered books that would prepare him for those new events, those everyday events. When I couldn't find any simple, clear books to buy, I started making my own homemade books with the guidance of Stephen's teacher and speech and language therapist. Supporting him to cope with those new events were all part and parcel of his individual education plan. And I brought along today a couple of the original books that I had at home. This is one for helping for Stephen going to the hairdresser, and this one is for him learning for toilet training. These books really helped Stephen. At the same time as I was making these little books at home, the school swimming instructor, Paul Earls, my friend Maria McCarthy, and Stephen's speech and language therapist, Jean Dipinar, we all met to discuss the idea of developing pictures and visuals to help all the children at St.Vincent School with going swimming. And shortly afterwards, at a coffee morning with other mothers attending St. Vincent's, I was telling them about how successful the homemade books were for Stephen, and that we were looking for an artist to draw some simple, clear pictures to make a swimming book for all the children. One of Stephen's classmates, this little girl here, Christia, and her mother, Sandra, told me that she knew just the person that would help us. You can see here Stephen and Christia are reflected in the Off We Go logo. So Stephen's mother, Sandra, introduced me to the artist for the Off We Go books, David Ryley. Sorry, David. As you can see, as you can all see, David is a gifted artist, but he also has some other very special gifts. He's a great listener and has a great interest in helping children with special needs. And I have to say, he also has great patience to take on the job of working with me. And you can see here, I brought along a photo of some of the work for David and myself working just last year here, and some of the original drawings. So David has a family friend, David Likens. David saw this swimming book here, this very little book here that David and I had made on going swimming. He asked if he had books. And so today, I am so proud to show you my first 6. As I wanted to reflect the Irish society of today and the global community in general. And you can see here, I brought some pictures along of the original drawings that David and I worked on to create those multi-ethnic characters. You can also see here that we have characters in wheelchairs, and I'm hoping that this will generate awareness of people with disabilities with all the readers. At the back of each of the books, I've written a guide to share some other ideas with the books. The books can be used as a tool for playing Let's Pretend, and teachers could, for example, use the books with a class of children going swimming, where they could bring in, the swimming bag or the sports skier bag, and use the book to talk about what the children need to put in that bag and what's going to happen when they go swimming. The books have also proven very useful for children where English is a second language, and as a whole introduction to Western society. Have I got my speech and language therapy magazine here? I just wanted to show you this. I'm really thrilled and delighted to be on the front cover of the Speech and Language Therapy in Practice magazine. And in 2008, you can look forward to the next 6 titles, and they will be going to the cinema, going to a birthday party, going to the optician, going to buy new shoes, going to buy new clothes, and going on a plane. So we're busy at those at the moment. So just before I finish, I have a number of people to thank. David, my artist. David, my agent, and his colleague, Sean, who's down there. Jan, Stephen's speech and language therapist, who is here. Maria, Sandra, Ava, all the mothers for their input. All the staff at St. Vincent Special School, the Limerick County Enterprise Board for all their help and support. I'd like to thank Outside the Box Learning Resources, Speechmark's main distributor in Ireland, to Irene and Connor, and thank them for coming here today. To Speechmark for their support, and to Liz for coming today all the way from the UK. To O'Mahony's, to David and Pam for organising today's launch, and all the staff here at O'Mahony's, and to Michael Fagan for providing the refreshments. To my husband Robert, to all my family and my friends, right to the breath, especially Sheila and her husband Keith. And I'm delighted to see parents and professionals here today, because this is precisely the objective of my books, is to bring parents and professionals together to help all our children. And thank you to all of you for coming today and joining with me as we launch the Off We Go first series of books.